Okay, welcome everyone. This is Grandma Mo. Appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to grow the channel to 500 subscribers by the end of the WNBA season. So, anyway, if you can do that, appreciate it. And now on to the game. So this one, I just finished watching the replay of it. I can't watch all five that were played Sunday. The Mystics went out to, I think it was a 12-0 lead. Atlanta couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And then, so finally Atlanta scores, and then the Mystics still, they held the lead into, I think it was about 3 minutes left in the second quarter, maybe 4. And then, oh my God, the Mystics couldn't. They traveled twice in a row. They threw the ball away. Every loose ball, even a rebound went up. One of the Mystics players would tip it, and then somehow Atlanta would end up with it. Everything from that point on went Atlanta's way. And then Alisha Gray started hitting shots. Naz Hillman started hitting shots. Mia Coffey started hitting shots. Bree Jones was having her way inside. But it was like the Mystics just forgot how to play, like halfway through the second quarter and then into the third. And then I have no idea what is going on with Brittany Sykes. She started off really strong in the first part of the season. And she's been out there, but she's like disappeared. She was scoring 20 points a game plus. I'll have to check and see what her stats are, but she probably scored 6, if that. I don't know what's going on with the Mystics. And, you play in Atlanta and you have Atlanta's announcers, and they're great for Atlanta. They're great for Atlanta, but oh my goodness, they're like attributing it to Atlanta's defense, and it was, I guess it was partly Atlanta's defense, but the Mystics were throwing the ball away and not moving to passes and traveling, and it was more the Mystics basically forgot how to play. They were lucky they didn't lose by 20 points in this game, but they had built the lead, and I like the Mystics, and I like Atlanta too. I like Alisha Gray is wonderful, and but geez, the Mystics, I don't know. Okay, so let's look at the stats here. Brittany Sykes, 6 points. She played 26 minutes. She shot 3 for 9. Just crazy. Excuse me. So the Dream end up getting the win, 99-83. So the Washington was up 23-12. They're up 11 points in the first quarter. And then beginning of the second quarter starts out fine. And then it was like a switch just shut off and they couldn't do anything. And so this is where Atlanta starts to take over. They outscored them 28-16. And then in the third quarter, they outscored them 31-21. And then outscored them again 28-23 in the fourth. I don't know what happened to Washington. I don't know. It was weird. They were going along just fine and then dip, gone. So Sonia Citron, 16 points. That was a quiet 16 points. You did not notice she scored that many. Iria Finn, same thing, 22 points. She just got some rebounds and then got the shot back up that way, and then she had some really short, close to the basket points. But after watching the game, I wouldn't have guessed she had 22 points. She had 5 rebounds. And then Shakira Austin, let's see what Shakira Austin, 16 points. But she had 7 turnovers. She was the one that she double dribbled, and then she had a travel in that second quarter, and that was part of the just throwing the ball. They had 22 turnovers. 22. And they were doing so well. And then they just, couldn't do anything right. Let's see. She had 2 assists and 3 rebounds. You're 6'5" and you only got 3 rebounds. She was 7 for 11, and I would, a lot of that was in the first quarter when they were doing really well. And then, I don't know. So Sykes, 6 points. She had 2 turnovers, 3 steals, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Shug Sutton had 13 points. She had 5 turnovers, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. She was 4 for 7. She shot okay, but her and Jade Melbourne were getting beat by Jordan Canada and Alisha Gray. They were just, boom, backdoor cut and gone. And, Jordan Canada is very difficult to guard. She's very quick. It's hard for anybody, but it was very noticeable. Stephanie Dolson had 2 points. Jade Melbourne had 2. They both took 1 shot. Stephanie made hers, and Jade missed, but she got 2 foul shots. Emily Ingsler, she had 4 points. She ended up getting hurt on I think it was either Naz Hillman or Coffee had faked, and she jumped up, and when she landed, something went wrong there. So hopefully Emily's okay. She had 4 points, a rebound, an assist, and a turnover, a block. She was 2 for 5 from the floor. And then Lucy Olsen had 2 points. She just took 1 shot. Aaliyah Edwards didn't score. She came in late in the game. I think she was just coming in for Emily Ingsler. So the Mystics shot okay from 2. They shot 49%, but they were 3 for 12 from 3-point range, and all those turnovers. I would guess out of the 22 turnovers, 18 of them happened in the second quarter. It seemed like that. It probably wasn't that much. Boy, but it was just like a total meltdown. Just they couldn't do anything right. Anyway, for Atlanta shot 56% from the floor and 39% from 3. And, the Mystics fell apart, but, Atlanta, they played well. They started out like atrocious, but by the end of the second quarter, they had it all. It's like that didn't even matter. So you had Mai Caldwell with 2 points. She played 10 minutes. Naz Hillman had 14. She was 5 for 11, 2 for 7 from 3. She can really kill you from 3. So that wasn't that big of a deal. But, from 2, she was almost 50%. And then Bree Jones hurt him bad. And that's surprising because Shakira Austin's 6'5". She should be able to guard Bree Jones, who is also 6'5". But Bree Jones was having her way. She was 9 for 10 from the floor, 4 for 5 from the foul line. She had 5 rebounds, an assist. She had 3 turnovers. Naz Hillman also had 6 turnovers. But you know what? I didn't even realize it, but the Atlanta Dream also had 22 turnovers. I'll bet a lot of those were in the first quarter. But it was going, it was a speedy game, and it was going back and forth, and there was a lot of turnovers both ways. Naz Hillman had 6, Caldwell had 2, Bree Jones had 3, Alisha Gray had 3, Jordan Cannon had 5, and then Coffee had 1, and Pow Pow had 1. But it was more noticeable. I think it was more noticeable watching the game from the Mystics, because the Mystics, theirs were really compiled. Like, it was like 8 trips down the floor, and there was either a foul or an offensive foul or a turnover of some kind, like a missed pass or an intercepted pass or a travel. It was like one after the other, and Atlanta got right back in the game then. The Dreams were more spread out. It wasn't as noticeable watching it. So Alisha Gray had 22 points. She was 7 for 11 from the floor, 2 for 4 from 3. And then she was 6 for 7 from the line. She also had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Jordan Canada, 16 points. She had 9 assists, 3 steals, 2 rebounds. She was 6 for 14 from the floor. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough played 5 minutes. She didn't score. Coffey had 15 points. She was really effective for them in this game. She had 4 rebounds. She was 5 for 9 from the floor and 2 for 3 from 3. And then she was 3 for 4 from the foul line. Pau, she played 32 minutes. She got 7 points. And she had 5 assists, a rebound, a turnover, and 2 steals. And she actually got a block. So for the point guard to get a block, that's pretty cool. And then Taylor Theory, I felt bad for her. She came in, she was in the game 7 seconds, and she ended up getting hurt. I felt bad for her. And then Kamaya Smalls, she ended up coming in late in the game, but she didn't have any stats at all. So let's hope Taylor Theory is okay and Emily Inksler. Atlanta is now in 3rd place, I believe, by themselves with an 18-11 record. And Washington drops to 13-15. Let's see here. Anything else? Atlanta definitely took advantage of the turnovers. So they both ended up with team turnovers and stuff. They both had 22 turnovers. Atlanta scored 33 points off those turnovers, and Washington only got 22. So that was it for this game. We will see you next time.